it's Kilobyte here, and in this video we're going to replace the anode rod in the water heater. So some things you're going to need: a new anode rod. You're going to need some sort of wrench or socket, and yeah, it's a 1 1/16 inch wrench or socket. You might be able to use some like channel locks, but good luck with that. You're going to also need some pipe joint compound or some tape to put around the threads when you go to put the new one in. You're going to need a hose, and maybe a bucket. I'm putting mine in a bucket just so I can see how much sediment is at the bottom. So before draining it and everything, be sure to turn your water supply line off. So with either the power turned off, your breaker, or on a gas, just have it turned down to like vacation mode. Now you want to, with the hose connected, we're going to turn open that up. You're going to want to drain about 10%. This is a 50-gallon water heater. It's a 5-gallon bucket. Basic math. Yeah, that's about 10%. So now I should have enough water out of it so that it's not going to come out when I remove the anode rod. At the same time, it's enough water, hopefully, to keep the water heater from spinning when I try to loosen up the anode rod. Your anode rod, in my case, it's right here. Yours may be included in the water out. If it's your water out, you're just going to have to remove the connection and then pull it out just like you would here. Just you got the extra connection to deal with. So be sure to clean the top. Take a rag or something, clean it off. Limit the amount of dirt that's going to fall back into it. Second, if it's really stuck, yeah, I had to break out the impact gun. I don't recommend the impact gun if you can avoid it, but sometimes you just can't. Do not use a penetrant on here, or WD-40 even, because that could get into your water. Although you should always cook and drink from the cold tap, as it is cleaner. Alright, so this was a little too long, so I ended up bending it, used my elbow, forearm. It's just aluminum, and you don't want to put pressure on the water tank. That was enough to let me get it out. This is actually not that bad. I am really surprised because it's been in there a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. This is like $30 for a new one, and this is an aluminum one. It is slightly shorter, so I shouldn't have to bend it, but if I did have to bend it, that's what these are for. So I put joint compound on mine. Teflon tape would have worked just as well. Maybe better, since it wouldn't be quite so messy. Now, put this back in, the new one in. And I would suggest wiping the rod off with a clean cloth. So the general rule on this is, and check your owner's manual, when you put it in, pretty much hand tighten it as far as you can, and then another half turn. There we go, but do not over tighten it. What you want to do is, after you've turned the water on and it's filled up, run it a little bit, check it just to make sure it's not leaking. Now we turn the water back on. Should hear it start filling up. Now I'm going to go in to the kitchen and turn the hot water hose on. hose on. Closest faucet, turn the hot water on. This shows that we've got the water again going to the water heater, and this is going to bleed any air. So I personally don't recommend emptying your water heater. There you can see the air bubbles. Some will say to annually drain your water heater. Unless you got like well water or something, you should not have to do that. Just every 3 to 5 years. In fact, I should say 3 years, check your anode rod. And just letting out like 10% of the water, you'll be able to see how it looks. All right, I checked it for leaks. We're all good. Air's out of the system. Oh, and I should mention, I put a little mark there with a Sharpie on where I keep mine. That's where I keep mine. Yours will vary on how hot you like it and how hot your hot water heater actually gets. And I need to update the date. That's when we actually bought it, and you can hear it kicked in. So we're back working. If yours is electric, you want to turn the breaker back on, and I'd monitor it for a couple days just to make sure it's not leaking. Well, I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and good luck with yours.